will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it out. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Wolverines offense will go on the attack first. The Wolverines often look at this rivalry as their birthright to win, and boy, did they put the hammer down in a blowout last year.
Yeah, and you heard a lot of hail to the victors, and you heard a lot about little brother, and a lot of shots throughout this last year about how Michigan is the program in the state. They are the brand, and Michigan State has heard that holler a ton.
And that's just been a narrative that we've heard throughout the years, too, and it's something that people love talking about in Ann Arbor is that they are the dominant team, and it's not even close in a Sin-State rival. Michigan State's got to do something to flip the script. If they want their program to reach the consistency that Michigan has, they've got to recruit better, and a big way in doing that is winning this game.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires downfield. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football.
This defensive coaching staff, they love their secondary, and they love the matchups they have. They believe they've got 5 guys at least back there that can cover one-on-one. You saw a great example of it there on 3rd down, forcing the incompletion.
And I love QBs that understand when they need to put some extra sauce on the football. You see your guys sit down in the zone, running a curl, boom, fire that puppy to him, get it on him now so he can catch it before he gets destroyed. Nice job by the QB putting a little extra sauce on it.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. Hauls it in easily enough for the 1st down. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent.
Turning it on! An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. And the Wolverines kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Looking downfield on 1st down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Really need to find a productive play this time on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw.
That quick slant is a hard ball to adjust to and make your quarterback look good. If you throw it behind me and I'm coming down the line of scrimmage, I really don't have a chance to adjust and try to make my quarterback look good. He's got it.
He's got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Michigan.
Man, it doesn't get any better than that. You script the first 10 plays, that was 10 plays. That was perfection. That was a touchdown. That's called good scouting, being ready for the football game, and executing to a T to start this game off.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Michigan State Spartans offense has its first opportunity of the day. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. He'll ride his man on the option. Quick toss. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. With the catch, it's Godet. all the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15.
That's a really good-looking throw, and I love the decision right there. When I think back to my favorite Michigan State quarterback ever, it's Kirk Cousins. Wasn't the biggest, wasn't the strongest, fastest, didn't have the best arm. But he made good decisions. He read the defense and threw the ball accurately on time. This guy has the ability to do that, too. If he keeps this up, this offense is going to be tough to stop.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
This defense got a lot of people's attention last week when they had 3 sacks. You know the offense was watching film, and they saw all these pass rushers and their abilities. They thought they had a good plan, but it's not working right now. They've already given up a sack here early in the game.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Fires to the big fella. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. The Spartans will punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. Way back in his own territory as he hauls it in. That is coverage just the way you draw it up. Don't even let him get started, and they knock him down deep in his own end. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Back to the ground game on the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And that's what makes this defense so difficult to run against. They've got guys up front that just push offensive linemen backwards. They basically push the blockers right into the lap of that running back.
Fakes the grab on the left. Smashes ahead. Oh, he's got some space. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Looking to throw on first down. He's got it. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
The Wolverines now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to go up top. Got his man on the right. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
And that's a situation right there where the quarterback is just taking what the defense gives him. The defense is taking everything away down the field. Just take the easy throw underneath.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
And the try is no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. It's a seam wide open. Touchdown, Michigan State. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
one of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch. They've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. And the Spartans trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Trying to pound it in. Touchdown, Sparty! Great job by the back on the option. Looking for the tie with the extra point. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
And if you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Looking for blockers. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So here comes the Michigan offense. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Trying the left side. There he goes. Running inside the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Solid gain to get him out close to the 20. Pick up a 5 to the 19.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Off the play fake. Throws to the wideout. He's open on the right. Bulldozes his way through. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads to the wideout. On target to the left. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The Spartans come to the line with a new set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. Out of the gun, the inside give. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Safe little shovel pass. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. Complete to the right. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he'll pick up a few yards before he's dragged down, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. On 2nd and goal. He gets another chance. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. 3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy 1st down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
Looking for the score. They make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football in this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
Makes it past the marker. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground. He's got it again. In space of the 25. Has plenty for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 28. When your best is demanded on a big stage like this against a rival, he has delivered, cracking the 150-yard mark.
No doubt about it. What do we say? Big-time players make big plays in big games. The games don't get bigger than this for this team right here, and this guy, David, has shown up today.
Man, it's so nice as a coach to have that dude that you know you can count on. He'll put up big numbers, and he's been carrying this offense.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. You want to talk about building a drive around a guy, first on the ground and now using him in the passing game.
And you get so much bang for your buck because you can split him out wide. You can fake it to him and throw it. This is a guy that really stretches the field and makes you decide how you want to defend him. A linebacker, a safety, whatever it is, it's usually not good enough when he's receiving the ball out of the backfield.
And the Wolverines line up to punt it away. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. There's been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple. Breaks into the open. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Pulls it and fires to the left.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
And the Spartans can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give to the back. And he'll pick up the 1st down, but he got drilled on that tackle. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Spartans will have it 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Plucks it out of the air. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
That QB is absolutely going to buy all the hog mollies up front of steak dinner tonight. My goodness, when you have that much time in the pocket, I think I could be successful. And I don't even like quarterbacks who want to play quarterback.
They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it. It's been that way all day.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Got some room in to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
And the point after is good. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Jacksonville State is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in CUSA, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 7 over Mississippi State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. New set of downs after the completion. Running back searching for a hole. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35. Guys, these two have been showing contempt and disdain for each other for more than a century. First meeting back in 1898.
Yeah, and my goodness, you think about all the years, all the plays. You think about Mike Hart a few years ago. What was he talking about? Little brother. That stung Michigan State so bad. The hatred for each other is what makes this game so fun to follow every single year.
And I always feel in this game specifically between Michigan and Michigan State, it's the big-time players and the Heisman candidates that have always stepped up and made big plays. So I can't wait to see what the best players in this game are ready to do.
And quarterback, dropping back, understanding. I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
The give to the back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Not so fast. You think it's going to be automatic, second and short. They're just going to turn around and hand it off. But how about the penetration up front defensively, shutting that play down?
Yeah, and if your defense wants to be aggressive, well, that's fine. Third and short, I still got fourth down as well. So don't be afraid to be aggressive on those and play action, because defense a lot of times really expects run, and it can take some big shots in man coverage down the field.
Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. And here comes the offense on second down. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
The whole point of running the quarterback on these designed runs is to get an extra blocker. You should be getting more movement up front, but that time, guys were getting knocked backwards, and as a result, they actually lost it.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Rides the back on the option, the give. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They've got him penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Back to pass on second down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Blasted as he lets it go. Pick off! What a play by this defense! And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Leaves it with the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. This quarterback part of their running game. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. So now on comes the field goal unit. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. That pushes the lead to 6 at 20-14.
Well, they're able to get a field goal, put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would like to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession and give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Makes the grab. It's Godet. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Grabbed in the middle, it's Leonard. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Wants to throw on first down. Hauls it in.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Makes the grab. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. Fires to the wideout. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Skips away from pressure. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, so much to break down from a spirited first half between Michigan and Michigan State with the Paul Bunyan Trophy at stake. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust his strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Michigan and Michigan State plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Off play action. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Godet. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Throws to the tight end. Almost had the pick there. Would have been his second of the game. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Under heat, he gets rid of it. Another incompletion on 3rd down. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Nice to have the doink work in your favor every now and then. Off the left upright and through. The lead down to just 3, 20-17.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Power football with the run. Turning it on! Good call Oh, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Caught in the backfield. It's Etienne. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They're dealing with a second and long. Leaves it with the back. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Looks as if he's going to run it. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The Wolverines decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for in a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again. Create some momentum. Just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Other scores from around the country. Slippery Rock, 38. Seton Hill University.
To the air on first down. Got his man. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Paul Bunyan, a huge part of trophies in the Big Ten. He's got an axe. He's got this trophy for the Spartans and the Wolverines. Where do you guys rank this trophy?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, there's so many trophy games, I feel like, in the Big Ten, David. This game, obviously, it always has Big Ten implications, national championship implications. I will be honest, Paul Bunyan trophy gives me the heebie-jeebies.
You don't like it, it just kind of gives you the heebie-jeebies. I hear you, but how about Reese throwing a ranking on us? Rank the trophies? Reese, what are we doing here? We're not ranking trophies. Huge rivalry game, a lot of emotions. We're not talking about ranking trophies.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Immediately fires to the middle. We've seen this from this sophomore, so dangerous after he makes the grab.
Really nice decision by the quarterback. 3rd and long, and nothing was open deep down the field. So he's able to check it down and get it to a pretty athletic guy who shows you what they can do with the ball after the catch. He finds a few blocks, he uses his speed, and that turns into be a huge gain for the offense.
The give to the tailback. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back.
Snead gets it done.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this in the quarterback spot. I I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. Just dictates too much in the defense. QB runs in for 6.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week in the American, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. USF is dominating this one, thanks to an offense that's done whatever it's wanted since the opening kickoff. They're up by 31 over Charlotte. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Well, he couldn't find any running room at all, and he'll end up taking a loss on the play.
Yeah, great discipline on defense, too, because if you're going to stop the option, you have to play assignment football. Everybody doing their job. There was just nowhere to go there.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Man, how about the offense, man? You run a little play action. I can just tell you, 3rd and long, as a pass rusher, I'm going to get the quarterback. I don't care about the play action. I'm not biting on it, and neither did the defense.
Will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. From midfield, looking for room. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. So here comes the Michigan offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. They'll try the left side. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, 3rd quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Thanks to grab.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Going to sling it on 2nd down. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football, you stick the quarterback, and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again, and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the 1st down. The Spartans will try to pin them back with the punt. He gets a block. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're...
Oh, he's got some space. Rams him with the stiff arm.
How about the left side of the line getting off the ball, creating some holes for that running back to get through, make a big play on the handoff to the left.
When something works that well, you might as well go right back to it. I mean, they showed no indication that they could stop it.
I like to go back to it and hurry up. Get to the line of scrimmage quick, run it again.
They're going to ride this running back. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Michigan. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. The Wolverines have a nice little cushion in that Paul Bunyan trophy almost within their grasp.
Sparty can't quit, though. This game means too much. In the rivalry, in the conference play, in recruiting, Sparty now has to dig deep, and they've got to fight back. It just takes one play, Dave.
Yeah, and these guys are a bunch of underdog guys, right? These guys are the ones that are talked about in this rivalry as inferior to Michigan all the time. You got a chance to keep fighting, show what's inside your chest.
One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. Out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Right down the middle. And incomplete on the deep ball.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
On third down, he drops to throw. Unloads to the wideout. The sure hands, it's Godet. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
And the Spartans with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Finds his big tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. You just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. The Spartans are rolling down the field. He's got the tight end. There he goes. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Spartans can really attack on this second and short. pulls and fires complete. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Spartans didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Now from inside the red zone. Fires to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Gives it on the option. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. They've methodically worked the ball down the field. 11th play of the drive coming up, but this one third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Leonard. And it's complete at the 6. Defense right there, but now they're backed up with a goal-to-go situation. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Touchdown, Michigan State. Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of interest in this CUSA showdown today, so let's catch you up to speed on things. Sam Houston has the lead right now. Huntsville has been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 4 over UTEP. Conference USA tends to make its presence felt, and we'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Makes a connection. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Tough sledding in there. Picks up a couple, but still needs 2 more on fourth down. And the Wolverines will line up to punt it away. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. And the Spartans in the hurry-up.
Well, what a great job by the defense and phenomenal effort chasing down the quarterback, getting that sack for a huge loss, and now they're licking their chops, lining up with tempo. They're ready to do it again.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He'll off one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They were forced to punt on their last possession, but this time taking over with spectacular field position. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they've got it right on the doorstep.
Defense just hasn't.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. A great chance to put this game away with a score here on 1st and goal. The option look. The pitch. Touchdown Wolverines. Excellent pass by the back on the option. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Under fire. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. Finds his big tight end. He stopped at the 23 and still a ways to go to pick up the 1st down. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it in more than enough for a 1st down. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive alive.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Spartans are on the move. The give from the gun. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. They'll run play action. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
And they got to protect their quarterback better up front. They got to give him a little bit more time to make some damage down the field. But look at this. Here they go. No huddle, back on the line, make the defense communicate. Maybe you can catch him sleeping.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Fires deep toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. It just has to make that catch. The decision to go for it does not pan out. They'll get this drive started from the 29. They want that clock to run.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Rush is on him. Oh, he wants it all. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. He's got an open man. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play.
Breaks into the open. The 20. Touchdown, Michigan. And the punishment slate here in Week 11. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook.
And the pass rush, he is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense is sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and it makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
And the Spartans have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a month. And he feels the heat coming in and burns him up. Another sack. Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Here's a heat. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away. The Spartans will send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes if you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring. I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop you.
They'll go to the ground.